What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to LVN EATS WORLD. I'm Logan, we got Dylan behind the camera, and today I'm gonna teach you guys how to make rigatoni alla vodka. Now with the last video, bolognese sauce, hey, that can serve the entire army of Sicily, right? Big dish, nice and hearty, a lot of leftovers, but a lot of you guys were coming to me like, Logan, you know, I don't have an hour, hour and a half, hour 45 minutes to make a sauce. I understand that. This dish right here, probably serving up 3-4 people, a little bit of leftovers, but I'm telling you, including prep time, I'm talking a half-hour max. That's why I want to show you guys so you can make it in your own homes. Let's check out the ingredients real quick. All right, ingredients this time around, a lot more simple than last time. I got 3 onions in here. I didn't dice them as fine as last time because I didn't want to put in the work, to be honest, but they're still, you know, definitely on the finer side. 3 cloves of garlic. You guys are gonna see in the B-roll, garlic is a pain in the butt to try to peel apart. Parmigiano Reggiano. We're gonna have 2 tablespoons of butter. A little bit nicer paste this time. I'm using Cento, typical extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper, red pepper flakes that you add towards the end. I'm using rigatoni. I'm using a whole pound of this. Listen, typically, the recipe is gonna call for penne. I think penne is definitely more popular when you're making vodka sauce, but guys, I'm just gonna be honest, I am a sucker for rigatoni. It's a thicker pasta, you know, it can soak up the sauce a little bit more. I like it. If you wanna use penne. I just like using rigatoni, but to each their own, right? Heavy cream, you're gonna use this towards the end, and then you guys shouldn't have a problem finding this in your cribs, obviously. Come on, everybody has Tito's. The one thing I will say about the vodka though, if you're making vodka sauce, you need to get a plain vodka. It needs to be something like Tito's. All right, so as I was shooting the intro and as I was talking to you guys about the recipe, I put the stove on medium. You always want to preheat the stove before you start throwing anything on, or else it's just gonna be a mess. You know, you don't just put the olive oil on and then start cooking. Generous amount here. I mean, we got the butter, we got 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna try to, I remember last episode, you know, this came out like a madman. Spread this around, make sure it gets the whole base of your stove. Nothing wild. And then, yeah, this is like, I wouldn't call this 2 tablespoons. This might be like 2 1/4 tablespoons, but hey, it is what it is. This is gonna make your sauce exponentially richer. And as you can see, it's already doing its magic, melting around. All right, so now we got diabetes in a pan, sorry. As I was saying, onions go first because onions take a little bit longer to cook. We're not trying to get this brown or nothing, probably just translucent like we did last time. Let's get her in the pan. In the pot, I keep saying pot. All right, so it might look like it's burning right now, but that's just kind of from the mixture of the butter and the olive oil. If you take it out, you can see it's definitely just starting to get more like that translucent color that I was talking about earlier, which is what we want to see. These have been in for about 2-3 minutes now, which is just about perfect time to start throwing your garlic in. And this is just 3 cloves right here, nothing major. We're gonna let this saute for probably about another 3 minutes. Give the onions 5, give the garlic 3, and then we can start with the paste and get moving along. All right, this has been cooking for about 5 minutes now, starting to get that like golden flavor. So that's the perfect time to add the paste. So this is gonna look a little silly because when you think of vodka sauce, you think of something that's like smooth but rich at the same time. This is just, at this stage, it's just gonna clump up and mix with the onions. But guys, in order to get that tomato flavor, you need tomato paste. So that's why we're adding it in there. When we add the cream, it's gonna, I wouldn't say it's gonna make it thinner, but like right now, it's a chunky thickness, whereas when we add the cream, it's gonna be like a rich thickness, if that makes any sense. You guys will be able to kind of see what I'm talking about later down the video. But right now, we're gonna mix this together, and yeah, just get that tomato flavor out. Added the paste in there a little bit, looks a little thick. This is the part where we are going to add the vodka. You gotta be careful. I don't have a party stopper on this, so I gotta, you know, make sure I don't dump the whole bottle in there, which, you know, isn't the worst problem to have. Probably like 2, you wanna have like 1 cup, which is probably 2 rotations around. What the vodka is gonna do is it's gonna tie that tomato flavor in with your cream flavor. And it's just, I don't know, anytime you cook with alcohol, it just adds a nice little texture that you appreciate down the line when you eat it. Just add her in there. You gotta be careful. I'll go 1, 2. I'd say that's probably about a cup right there. Probably would have wanted it a little bit higher up, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, right? And yeah, you want to cook out the alcohol. I don't know why I turned it down. You want to bring the heat up whenever you do it. So I'm gonna get to like medium high, and you're gonna be able to smell that. Just like Donnie Brasco said, punch, not a pinch, punch, punch. Punch a saw right there. And I just got it over your stovetop. Wow, I'm the worst friend in the world. All right, we're ready to add the heavy cream now. This is the part that's gonna give you like that orange-ish color that you see whenever you make vodka sauce. As you can see in the pot, it's pretty thick with the tomato paste. So typically speaking, it's gonna tell you to add like half a pint of this. I'm gonna start with half a pint, but I'm probably gonna end up adding more. But you wanna do it all at once, right? You wanna take it progressively and just you know, measure where you're going. So, all right, so we're gonna start with, call it half the pint. You wanna get in here? Like real close. I'd say that's about half right now. That's a good starting point. Stir it in there and you're gonna see very quickly, I just got it up, that color starts to change. It's still a little thick, but obviously we've thinned out a little bit, and like that orange color, that's what we're going for right there. Gotta get it around the sides as well. And again, be careful whenever you pour this out, you wanna get water. That might have been just enough water. Probably could have used a little bit more. All right, off camera, we added a little bit more cream. You can see we're starting to, it's still pretty thick. I always like my sauces thicker. You could tell with the bolognese I did last week, or last episode. But for this, you want it to be a little bit thinner. I still have a fair amount left in this. So again, just stirring, and then progressively, we're just gonna continue to add. Here, I'll add a little bit more for you. Get that nice. Should be good. The more you add, the more you're gonna thin it out. Like one pass around. I think that's all right. I don't like to go too crazy on it. You want like a touch of it. You don't want it to ruin your experience, but yeah, I think that's solid. And again, this consistency is, I think it's perfect. This is one of the better ones I've done, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to, you know, I like to consider myself a humble man, but this right here, put it in the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Quick pause from the cooking again. LVN fit check time. Listen, I can't wear it on the cheesesteak tour because it'd be hella biased, but guys, Oregon steaks, you guys already know how it is, man. They treat us right. 10th and Oregon. You're ever going to a ball game, you're ever going to see the birds. Quick 15-minute walk. Most consistent steak, in my opinion, in South Philadelphia. Shout out Anthony, shout out Oregon Steaks. Best $12 South Philadelphia can get you. We love you, Oregon. Thanks for supporting the show. Add it to your liking whenever you serve it, but I always like to add a little bit in the pot, even just beforehand, just to get things going, so. I've tried it a couple times. Al dente is about, I think it's 15. I'd probably let it go for 16. I'm trying to, I don't know. The one thing, I can cook. I always kind of jack up the pasta a little bit though. I always get it like a little hard, and my boys at home complain. I let it go a little bit longer. I think we're fine now. We got the little baby strainer over here. We'll see how much of this rigatoni we can get. We lose a little bit of cargo, it's not the end of the world. I think it's just Dylan and I, although we'll have leftovers. All right, so now your pasta's done. What you're gonna do is you're gonna garnish all your rigatoni with your sauce, and you're gonna get that beautiful, beautiful orange vodka sauce all over your rigatoni. Guys, I'm about to just start eating this with my bare hands right here. This is a work of art, really. And like when I was pouring it in, you saw it was very rigatoni heavy, but all you have to do is just take that spoon and just take whatever sauce you have at the bottom, overturn it like that. Every single piece is gonna be covered with that vodka sauce. This is looking lovely, guys. This is looking like a winner right here, I'm not gonna lie. Butter knife. Guys, before we actually serve this, a little cheat code. Take a piece of bread and enjoy your work. Against the sides there. She's good. She's solid. I can't wait to eat this, man. Beautiful. The first bites of the dish, I'm gonna be biased as hell. I've had it a bunch of times. I already know this is gonna be banging, but yeah, just for clarification purposes. Mickey Man will walk off on the beautiful. All right, guys, it's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Listen, I think cooking is turning like a passion of mine. I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing this on the YouTube channel. I'll be doing it for my roommates back home. I really enjoy it. It's a good skill to have, but it's also just a way to entertain and a way to interact. Food brings people together, which is why I have a food YouTube channel. In terms of the future of the channel, I know a lot of you guys have been talking. I got to go back to the bread and butter, the cheesesteaks. They're coming, I promise. I was a little bit on a cooking streak here. I think I want to do maybe like one more, like a Sunday sauce, you know, throw some pork chops and sweeten like regular sausage in there. But no, we definitely got to get back out there and start doing what our roots are, which is the cheesesteak videos, right? Hey, if you guys have any recommendations, let us know what we want to see from the channel. Cooking, cheesesteaks, you have a spot back home. I've said it 100 times. Let us know. It's your channel after all, and we'd love to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for watching LVN EATS World. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Go Birds.
That's pretty good.
What do you like about it?
I'm terrible.